Hey guys, welcome back to another Azur Lane video. It's me, AnderYT, and today we're going to be reviewing the Swirling Cherry Blossoms event, which is a long-awaited rerun featuring a bunch of really powerful ships. With that being said, let's get started. As with every Azur Lane event, there are some limited time skins that are available for purchase. Along with the two new skins for the two new ships being Kazagumo and Shirayuki, there is a couple of other school-related skins that you can go and buy, with my favorite obviously being the mythical Shopping Cart Cassin. In addition, the skins from the other original ships are also back for a bit. This includes the 3 Live 2D skins for Noshiro, Suruga, and Ryuuhou, which are all very nice, so pick them up if you are interested. With this event also comes the event dorm set, which is called Shrine Visits Eve. As the name suggests, this dorm set is centered around visiting a Japanese shrine. I don't really like this dorm by itself, but you can combine it with some other dorm things to go and make it look a little bit nicer, such as what I did right here. So it looks a little bit better here. And also, there is another limited time dorm set, being the Manju High School, so let's go and set that up real quick. And this dorm set looks pretty nice. I would highly recommend buying it, because it is a super clean looking dorm set. Now, just like every other event, as you accumulate event points, you will receive some extra rewards in this tab right here. This time, the prize at 10,000 points is none other than the event destroyer, Hibiki. So make sure that you go and get at least 10,000 points, so then go and get your limited time ship. This rerun also brings along the portrait frame from the original event. For those that didn't know, you can go and obtain this portrait frame by max limit breaking all of the event ships, excluding the 2 new ones at Kazagumo and Shirayuki. So if you go and max limit break your Ryuuhou, Noshiro, Suruga, Kasumi, and Kinu, you can go and head over to your event tab here, to Dawning Ceremony, pick up your event portrait, and equip it by clicking the top left corner, going to Style, and then finding your event portrait frame, which is this one right here. Now onto the Swirling Cherry Blossoms event shop guide. For the event shop, if you aren't planning on farming B3 or D3 or the SP stage and haven't gotten her from the gacha yet, be sure to go and pick up at least 1 copy of Noshiro over here, because she is an insanely powerful light cruiser that has extremely good survivability and is definitely one of the very good highlights of this event. Also, be sure to go and pick up at least 1 copy of Kinu as well, because you can only get her through this event shop. She has a retrofit that makes her pretty decent, so I'd say that she's worth picking up, although she's slightly above average. For the rest of the items, it's the usual recommendations. Be sure to go and pick up the normal and rainbow PR blueprints, as they save a ton of time on the PR grind. You can get a bunch of these general parts, so they're very nice to get. And you can always buy more oil and gold. Well, oil and gold. And gold cat boxes are pretty nice. Now onto how to farm Swirling Cherry Blossoms. Since this event is a rerun, there aren't really any good gears to go and farm here. Nonetheless, to go and farm Swirling Cherry Blossoms, as always I would first recommend finishing up the D3 stage fully to go and unlock the SP stage, to go and get that very nice 800 event currency, as well as a chance to go and get Noshiro here. After this, since as I said there is not really that many good gears to go and farm, the only good stage I'd say is worth farming is D3 because you get a bunch of event points and the chance to go and get Noshiro once again. Personally, I would only farm this event to go and get enough event points to go and buy out the PR blueprints and the other stuff in the event shop, and then I would go and spend my oil somewhere else because this event doesn't really have anything good in its event stages aside from Noshiro. Now onto the ship review section, we have the battleship Suruga. Sadly, as the game progressed and more ships were introduced, it seems that Suruga has been left behind and became power crept by much more powerful battleships. She has either average or below average stats, and her skills are fairly lackluster. Her red skill, being Unleash Tactics, grants Suruga a 70% chance to fire a special barrage every 20 seconds, and this barrage does an okay amount of damage, and it is slightly enhanced when she is used in an exercise by adding a couple of Sakura petals into it. It really doesn't make it that much better. For her blue skill, being Unyielding Shield, when one of the main fleet ships take damage, Suruga has a 70% chance to decrease the damage that main fleet takes by 12% for 15 seconds, and there is a 20-second cooldown in between activations. In addition, when Suruga's HP drops below 20%, she then restores 10% of her own HP to herself. In conclusion, Suruga is definitely a usable ship, and I personally leveled her up a bit myself. However, she is outclassed by many other battleships and is definitely not top tier. Next up, we have an amazing light carrier named Ryuuhou, who is beautifully illustrated by Tony. As you may know, she is a very versatile healer that is both fantastic in Operation Siren and other harder maps such as Chapter 13. Much of her praise is centered around her yellow skill right here, which makes her the strongest single target healer in the entire game. Now this skill allows Ryuuhou's first 3 airstrikes to heal 3 times over 3 seconds, targeting the lowest health ship in the fleet. Now this heal is very strong, as each heal restores HP equal to 3% of Ryuuhou's max HP, and in addition, this heal is doubled if there are 3 ships in the main fleet. Now the fact that this heal is based off of Ryuuhou's own max HP, which as you can see at max level is around 5000 HP, makes this heal about 150 HP per pulse, or 300 HP per pulse if there's 3 main fleet ships. Basically, she can heal half of the health of a destroyer back in a single skill proc. She's very good. Ryuuhou also has a blue skill called Dancing Waves. This skill decreases the amount of damage that your vanguard takes from torpedoes from enemy submarines by 12%, and also heals 20% of the HP of each boat in the submarine fleet at the start of every battle. Also, whenever an allied submarine sinks an enemy ship, Ryuuhou gains a 3.5% damage boost up to 6 stacks for a total of a very considerable 21% damage boost. Overall, Ryuuhou can be used in any fleet, providing a massive survival boost, and also being able to deal out a solid amount of damage through her blue skill and her relatively high torpedo bomber efficiency. She is extremely good, and I would definitely recommend trying to get her before the event ends. Onto one of the most broken vanguard ships in the entire game, we have the star of the event, being the light cruiser Noshiro. Other than me being personally biased because I love this ship, Noshiro is easily one of the best light cruisers in the entire game, providing fantastic survivability as well as high damage through her all-out assault and her torpedoes. She actually has the 3rd highest torpedo stat out of all light cruisers, only being behind Jinsu and Sendai Retrofit. She also has incredibly good skills. Her blue skill, being Noshiro's Hoarfrost, increases her evasion rate by 15% and decreases the amount of torpedo damage that your vanguard takes by 20%. Now the fact that this is actually evasion rate compared to the much worse evasion stat makes Noshiro extremely tanky, and I'll go and link a Just 3C video for more information if you would like to know why. For Noshiro's yellow skill, she does 20% more damage to carriers and light carriers, as well as increasing the torpedo damage of the vanguard by 20% and their crit rate by 12%. In conclusion, Noshiro is the full ideal package of an amazing vanguard. She's a great tank, a great damage dealer, and a great vanguard support through her torpedo damage boost and her torpedo damage reduction from enemies. So make sure to go and buy her for 8,000 event points in the event shop if you don't feel like farming for her in the event maps. Now for one of the 2 new ships introduced in this rerun, we have Kazagumo, who is a super rare destroyer. Like many of the other Sakura Empire destroyers like Ayanami, almost all of Kazagumo's damage comes from her torpedoes. In this regard, she has the 7th highest torpedo stat out of all destroyers, only a slight bit less than Ayanami. Skill-wise, her red skill increases her torpedo stat by 5% and her reload by 15%. In addition, whenever Kazagumo procs her all-out assault, she decreases the loading time of her next torpedo wave by 3 seconds. For her yellow skill, being Kazagumo's air raid assistance, whenever Kazagumo is afloat, she increases the damage of any carriers or light carriers in the same fleet as her by 15%, and when she fires her 4th wave of torpedoes, she restores 10% of the HP for the lowest health carrier or light carrier, and if a carrier is the flagship, then she will restore an extra 5% for that ship. Overall, Kazagumo is another fantastic Sakura Empire Vanguard who has extremely high torpedo damage, so I would highly recommend leveling her up. Now for the other new ship at this event, we have a destroyer from the Hibiki class who is Shirayuki. I'm sure you've already heard how she looks like Pekora, so I'll just leave it like that. In regards to Shirayuki, she's exactly what you would expect from an elite event destroyer. She has pretty decent stats and okay skills. Her yellow skill increases her torpedo stat by 10%, and if there are any other ships in the Vanguard, she increases the Vanguard's firepower and accuracy by 10%. In addition, her red skill increases her own damage dealt by 10%, and when she fires her torpedoes, she has a 30% chance to fire a 2nd wave of torpedoes. Overall, Shirayuki is a pretty usable destroyer with some pretty nice stat boosts from her skills. Next up we have Kinu, who is an elite rarity light cruiser that has a very nice retrofit. With her retrofit, she has above average torpedo and evasion, as well as a very high 180% torpedo efficiency at max retrofit. For her skills, her blue skill being Demon Blade At the start of battle, increases her own firepower, anti-air, and ASW stat by 15%, and she also decreases the amount of damage that her submarines take by 15%. For her retrofit skill, at max level, she increases her own torpedo damage by 15%, and she grants herself a 30% chance to fire a second wave of torpedoes when she fires her torpedoes. Overall, Kinu is an all-around decent light cruiser, especially when you retrofit her. She's not top tier, but she is usable. Now for Kasumi, who is another elite destroyer who has received a retrofit this update. With her new retrofit, she actually has surprisingly good stats. She actually gets the second highest torpedo stat out of all destroyers and the 5th highest reload stat once she's fully retrofitted, and her skills are fairly nice as well. Once retrofitted, her red skill turns into Fu and Friends and Kasumi 2, where if Kasumi is sorted with at least 2 or more of her friends, she increases the torpedo stat of the Sakura Empire Vanguard ships by 15%. She also decreases her own damage taken by 5%, and every 20 seconds she has a 70% chance to fire a special barrage. Now you may be wondering what the heck is a friend. Now Fu, who is Kasumi's invisible ghost, counts as a friend, so in reality you'll just need one other Vanguard ship other than Kasumi to go and proc this skill. Be warned though, if you sortie with Shiranui in the same fleet as Kasumi, then Fu will get scared off and then you'll need 2 other Vanguard ships to proc this skill. Her other skill, being Emergency Maneuvers, grants Kasumi a 30% chance to evade all enemy attacks for 6 seconds every 20 seconds in battle. Overall, I could see Kasumi retrofit as a very strong destroyer, definitely in either tier 0 or tier 1. She has good stats, is a fantastic torpedo buffer for the IJN, a nice special barrage, a self-damage decrease, and a very nice blue skill that helps her evade damage. Finally, for our last ship to cover, we have our point accumulation destroyer being Hibiki. Her first skill, being Phoenix's Plumage, grants Hibiki a 30% chance to fire a second wave of torpedoes whenever she fires her torpedoes. In addition, whenever her health drops below 20%, she then restores 20% of her own max HP, making her part of the zombie ship gang. Her second skill increases her firepower, torpedo, and reload by 15% when she is sorted with either Akatsuki, Ikazuchi, or Inazuma. In conclusion, Hibiki is okay. That's about it. With those ship reviews finished, that will bring an end to this Swirling Cherry Blossoms event guide. As always, if you found this information helpful, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Don't forget to press the notification bell for my future uploads as well. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions that need to be answered, and I'll try my best to reply. If you're interested, you can always join my Discord server in the link below if you need any advice or just want a place to relax. That's all for this video, so I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!